Hello and welcome back. Today I have a special guest here from Sweden, and this is Idriz Zogaj, and he is one of the organizers of this year's 2024 IAM World Memory Championship. I'm very happy to have him here today, and yeah, let's talk about the World Championship. Idriz, welcome, and good to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
We know each other already since, I think, 20 years almost. I have visited some of the Swedish competitions, and you are in memory sports and organizing since, I don't know, when did you start?
I started organizing since 2009. So I've organized all Swedish championships, both national Swedish Memory Championships and Swedish Memory Open Championships. So it's been quite a few.
Sorry, but you also participated, right?
Yes, exactly. My first competition was 2004. So that's a 20-year anniversary. So
Wow.
It's 20 years afterwards, I organized the World Championships. That's amazing. And 2014, like 10-year anniversary I was the only Swedish competitor for a few years, like 5 years. And then I founded the Swedish Memory Sports Council. And after that, also the Swedish Memory Team, and introduced the competition also for memory sports and everything in Sweden. And 2009 was the first time we were a full team competing in London back then as well. In 2014, we won the World Championships. That's one of the peaks I had. And now 2024, I'm one of the organizers. So I'm very, very happy and excited about it.
Yeah, so you organized a couple of them in Göteborg, big things, and the big ferry in Göteborg. I have been there, and you also organized the European Open, right, in 2019?
Yes. Twice, actually. Once in Denmark and once in Sweden. Yeah. So I've crowned European champions. I've crowned Swedish champions, and now it's time to crown a world champion.
You're organizing that together with Martin Nilsson. How come that you and your team started bidding for the World Championship, and how did the process go?
Well, this has been a dream for me already to organize the World Championships already in 2012. So I have had this dream for a long time. But then the Swedish Championships took a lot of energy and so on, and I realized the World Championship back then was quite a hassle to get. It was too much. I was alone back then. I didn't have so much support, and I had competitors and so, but they were busy competing, so no one was interested so much in helping with that. So nothing happened, but it was a dream since 2010, 11, something, to organize a World Championship, and 2012 was a goal. But then the Swedish team got great, like 2012, 13, 14. I mean, Jonas won the World Championships 2013, and then 2014 we won as a team. So we were busy with those things. And after that, the ambition to organize the World Championship in Sweden went down. But when we were in Lund, 1 year we organized a Swedish Championship there. The year after we organized the European Championships in Lund. And the municipality of Lund, or the Visit Lund company, that is a part of the municipality of Lund, they asked me, what about organizing a World Championship? And they said that if you do all the work, we can put in the funding. They together will visit Skåne, which is the region of South Sweden. So I was very thrilled to have someone that actually offers the funding, so the base of the funding from start, and that triggered me to start this work. We did a bid the year before, or I think 2 years before. We didn't win that time. Then I got some personal, I have a family with 2 kids now, 2 small kids. So it was a lot of work there, so I couldn't continue. But then I was fortunate enough to have Martin Nilsson, who picked up where I had left. And then he just disappeared and asked me, what are you going to do? But I was so busy with my private stuff, so I couldn't almost even answer him on how it's going or what I can do and so on. And then one day he just wrote to me on Messenger that, Idriz, we won the bid. We're going to organize the World Championships 2024. What is your engagement? And I said, yeah, no, I had almost forgotten that he had continued to work to that level. And the last months, I didn't even know how it was going, I think. So I'd completely left it. So I told them, yeah, I'm 100% sure, 100% in, and things are better now, and I can be engaged, and I would like to and love to be engaged.
Yeah, thanks to Martin Nilsson to that for the first time on all based on all the work you did in the past. Now you really have the World Championship. It's really great. And what is the meaning of you already told a bit about that, but what is the meaning of Lund for the World Championship? There has been already competitions, and the city seems to really supportive. Why is that? How come?
Lund is a university city in Sweden. It's quite a small city on its own, but with the university, it grows a lot. So it's one of Sweden's oldest university cities. It has historic meaning. They like this knowledge. They like, of course, the link between memory sports and education and learning. So that's what they picked up on, but what they really like. And they felt a good success with the Swedish and then the European Championship. We got good media coverage and interest from the local parts and from also from national media. So they were happy with the result compared to their effort, and so everything ran fairly or very good. They liked the team who performed the competition, so on. So that's how they uh, came up with the idea. I think I mentioned to them earlier that when we have talks about Swedish and European, that yeah, it's even possible to arrange the World Championships. So I think they liked that idea, and they came up with this proposition that yeah, well, why not try it? Literally.
Nice. And this year the World Championship will be taking place in Lund, and there is I think it's the Stadthallen or anything like that.
Yeah,
What kind of place is that?
it's Stadshallen in Lund. It's a fairly new building with a very impressive and nice looking. So I think it's going to be a great venue where you will have people competing in one part, but we will also have the ability to have people visiting and sitting down and listening to someone talking about the competition, telling what's going on, showing what event is going on, and so on big screen and also with material front hand. It's a great opportunity to do this both a nice environment for the competitors, but also a good environment for people visiting or activities going on. Because we will try to frame the World Championship with not only the competition, but also with activities for schools, for students visiting, for companies visiting, and so on during the week, during the weekend of the competition, of course.
Mhm.
Stadshallen offer those all these parts.
Nice. So you will create a real event around it, around the World Championship, also for the public. So
Yes,
visitors
yes.
can come, they can see the competitors, but also see other speakers and things about memory, things like that, right?
Yeah, exactly. And we have divided it so that Martin Nilsson will be mainly in charge for those parts. I mean, he works as a teacher in a high school, and he has Sweden's first memory course you can select it as a course in high school.
Hmm.
And he has like some crazy results when it comes to improving their studies. I think it's like 80-90% or more than 90% of the students that improve in their learning after taking his course. So I mean, this has been a vision for me all time that memory training and sports should be part of the school program, just as you have physical sports or
Mm.
other parts. Why not also have mental sports or mental activities? And what could be better than those linked to learning,
Mm.
which is what we do. So I'm really happy that he has been able to do that and create this and have this course. So he will focus on those parts with try to engage the schools, try to engage people coming around or people visitors and so on, and the general public. And I will be mainly focusing on the competitions since I have organized all the competitions in Sweden, basically.
Mm.
So that's our sort of division. So I will probably be the one who starts the events or does the is there as a chief arbiter in some level for the organizing part from us, and yeah.
The cool thing is so many people are interested and want to compete, and I think this time we have, unfortunately somehow, but on the other hand, it's great that we have that many people. We have 54 spots, so we will have a registration process with kind of qualifying through the world ranking and stuff. I will explain that in a different part. So how do you feel about that? Because in the past it was always like everyone can register and then you just go there. But I think we never met a number of competitors of 54 in a championship which was in Europe. We had this in other countries in Asia, but in Europe, I don't think we had 54 yet. How do you feel about this?
It feels great. I mean, if I'm hoping and I'm confident that we're going to fill all the spots, and I'm also confident that we will have more than 54. And I think, that in one sense could be seen as unfortunate, but on the other hand, every competition in the world, especially World Championships, you have to qualify. So I think we need to take that step where we say that the best of the best come to the World Championships. I get this question from media in Sweden a lot. What did you do to go to the World Championships? And when you answer, I registered, they say, what? So if you say I qualified through another tournament, yeah, I'm the top 54 in the world ranking list. That's why I qualified. It has a completely different saying. But today we are mature to do that. We can say that, if you are ranked 250, you have to train more, train harder, go to competitions, level up, and then you qualify for the World Championships. It will feel good for you as a competitor as well. It would feel better because you know that just by being there, you've actually accomplished something. So and the sport has matured to that. We are so many competitors. But and on the other hand, you could say that, but if you have space for 300 competitors and people want to try, then why not? But I still think we should have the World Championships should be where the absolute best in our sports, in our field, meet up and have this mental battle. Because there are many other competitions you can go to if you want to try the sports, if you want to meet the co-competitors and so on, and talk with likewise people and get inspired and so on, get motivated. There are plenty of competition all around the world today. So you don't need to have the World Championships for that. It should be a bit more delicate. It should be something that you feel that, to get here, I have to struggle. And I like what IAM has done, that you have a rolling average, so that you actually have to compete to be able. You have to be active, not just be, I'm number one on the world ranking list. I stopped competing 8 years ago. So you have to have this. I really like that, because that shows that you're not only a top level active, but you're a top level active now, athlete now, and that's very good. That's impressive work.
Yeah, nice summary of all this. This is also one question I wanted to ask. But how do you feel about the IAM and what they did achieve in the last 8 years? I mean, it's 8 years already, and I think there's something. But how do you feel about it? And how do you feel about the split, maybe 2016 and after that?
I think the split was inevitable, so to say. I mean, I was maybe not involved with it, but I've actually went home to one of the co-founders of the old part of the old council, and I visited the founder, had dinner with him, and then when I told him that, have you ever thought why this is never organized in Germany? And Germany wins as a nation; they win every year. Why is it not organized in Germany? And they came to the conclusion, which was also what I wanted to pinpoint, that you don't have that much activity from the competitors. It's like very top level and down. You've created a great thing. It's amazing what you've created, but it can't be about you. It has to be about the competitors. Who knows who's the chairman of the World Federation of Football? You almost never know, but you know who Messi is, you know who Ronaldo is. And that's what it should be about. So they came to the conclusion that, we need to have the board, we have to let in the competitors, etc., etc. But it still didn't work out the way that it should have had. And that inevitably went to that, yeah, but this IAM is for the competitors in a different way than the other part was. And that's what I like. That's what we should focus on, the sport, on the competitors, etc., etc. And we should have a really good engine behind it, with people working and so on.
Mm.
It's a lot of work. I understood what they have done. I know that they spent a lot of money on it, and I can, from personal experience, say that I have spent so much money in the sports of Sweden. Many times I've sponsored everything myself, literally from my own pocket. You can't do that as long as, but I have never expected to get the money back. I've never expected to, because I've done it because of my pure passion for the sport, and I wanted the events to happen, and I wanted them always to be good for the competitors, like to be good prizes, so maybe if possible some prize money, etc., etc. So in those cases, I've invested from myself, but I've done it only because of that, so that the competition could be a good competition. I never expected anything back. And if you do that, if you expect to get everything back, that's when it can start to. I mean, you're not supposed to put maybe that much money from your pocket, but you can. You have to have a balance. That, yeah, if you do it, it's an investment. You invest in the sport, in the name, in what you're creating, and in the end, it will be the competitors who should get all the credit. So I saw the split as inevitable, and yeah, the IAM has done what I was hoping they will do. They've created a board. They have elections. They have people. So from the competitor levels and up, and from up and down, but it's like they meet and they discuss and we elect the leaders and so on, and that never happened with the old organization. So it was more like running a company with no board, and that's, of course, you can still do good things, and many good things have been done, of course, and but in the end, you had to change, and they didn't change, so now we are where we are.
Yeah, and I think one of the main things what changed was the digitalization, right? So because before 2016, everything was on paper. People still liked it back then, but I feel this is a major step for which we did, and it's really great.
Tell me about it. I mean, I've organized competitions, and I had what was it called? Grushevsky, who did it digitally for me a couple of years with memory. Was it Memory Excel or
MemoCamp?
MemoCamp, yeah, thank you. And that was a huge game change when you could just get the result like this, and you didn't have any discussions. Was it wrong? Was it not wrong? But mainly it was so different. And that's I've argued for that a lot, and I really love what IAM has done with the competition, what Kate Commode has done with the software and what's happening there. It's really great. I mean, I send people there every now and then. Like I had a teacher just the other month. Where can we train? Where can we? Yeah, just go here. You have everything. So I really love the digitalization. Same with the memory league. You can see live people competing, and you have the events, and you have even slightly different, but in a lovely format. So the digitalization is really good. I really like it.
And in this competition, we expect to have people from around the world. I'm not sure how many people from other continents already registered, but what is the main?
We have India, we have Germany, we have Poland, Belgium, France, Sweden. We have Austria, we have Saudi Arabia, we have Vietnam, we have Algeria.
What are the main challenges for an organizer to organize such a competition and to make sure that everything is good for the competitors?
Well, it's I mean, word discipline and name discipline. We all know it's difficult. I mean, cars are cars, numbers are numbers, and so on. So those disciplines are the most difficult. So there you have to rely on the software and the basics there being good. Otherwise, I mean, the competitor room, as you know, it has to be quiet. It has to be good for everyone so that they can focus, and of course, noise level and stuff like that, which we think will be good handled with the location where we are. But otherwise, it's those parts. It's the words and those being correct translated, being correct handled. So of course we will need good arbiters who can check afterwards if there's any misspelling, if there's any mistranslations, and so on. Yeah, so those are, I think I would see those two disciplines being the main challenge, which they also were on paper. So, but on paper they were like 100 times more difficult. And here it's in a way easier.
Cool. And also as an organizer, who would you like to have at the competition who is not registered yet? I mean, there are other countries which are so strong right now. Yeah.
I would like the American who beat my Swedish guy with the closest run ever. So if Alex hears this, he's very welcome to come to Sweden. As you all know, I mean, Marvin Valonius was at his absolute best 2015. And he lost to Alex Mola with the closest, I think, ever margin. I looked through the numbers a couple of now and then. I'm writing a book, by the way, and some part of this story is in there. And it's so close. So Marvin should have won, but Alex did. He came from nowhere and took the gold. Otherwise, I think we're getting a good spread. I know one Italian top competitor has registered. So I have some Swedish people registered, which I'm happy about.
As a country, Mongolia is the strongest, or might be the strongest, also in terms of how many top competitors that they have. Maybe they also count. That would be really fantastic.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I would love to have the reigning world champion. That's always, of course, that's always a must. Almost, it's which would be great if she could come. So we have the reigning world champion, and maybe she defends, maybe she give it over to someone, but we don't know. But that would be, of course, that's always every competitor or organizer's dream is of course to have the world champion present.
Thank you, Idriz. That was very cool. Thank you for the interview. And
you're welcome.
Yeah, good luck with the organization.
Thank you very much, and yeah, good luck to you.